out to him. This is the shit pitch whisperer day, guys. Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the ass screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
To the monies. Too bad all the gosh damn lines are changing like some fucking 18-year-old whore after prom doing a bunch of yay. But welcome to the Balking Dead, guys. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't already, go on over there, use that promo code PUBSPORTS. Why? Because your first promo code up to $100, they got you for a match deposit. If you're in Twitter world, this video link will end shortly. Hit it. Come join the fucking chat. Come join the fucking crew. As my boys are already up in here, I see you fucking LJ. Big show. Of course, the producer had to jump in. Mr. John. And, yeah, Nikki Fish Tanks is awake. It's awake and early, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and he's up and ready. Let's get to the monies. Viper, what up? What up? Well, I do have one dirty K and I do have a half unit bet, but the dirty K I did bet has seemed to have moved a whole lot, like I just said. I was only going to talk about 6 today. Now I've got 7. Shout out to LJ. He asked me if I was going to be on Lopez today, and I said no. Then I looked at him and had to do a bunch of work, so I might as well just share it to all you guys. So I've got 7 pitchers, broke the fuck down better than anybody else. That's why y'all show up for real breakdowns, from unbiased breakdowns, and shit that's pretty much most often correct, guys. So we've got 7 pitchers to talk about. 5 of these lines have gone absurd the other way, one way, whole move numbers, and there's alarm bells screaming left and right. So we only got so much time, and let's get to the fucking monies, as this song would say. Let's talk about Pablo Lopez first. LJ from Houston did want us to break him down, and here you fucking go, bro. He opened up not available. He was one of 2 pitchers not available last night on an opening line, and then we get him out this morning at a 7+ at +100. Price Picks had him at a 6+ at a -164, and his fantasy score was at a 26.5. Right before this show, I had time, guys, to go back and look at lines again. So the lines right before the show was 7+ is now at a -107, and he's moved from a 6+ to a straight -197. So if you didn't get that 6+ already, you done missed out. So let's do some math on this man before we break him on down, because he is number 30 in the black book. So it was pretty easy to go in and look at. And fuck, I just wish I was able to trust him right here. But if you got the 6, I think it's a great bet. I'm not going to chase the 7, and I'll tell you why I still can't bet it at -164 at the 6+, even though everything tells me he should have 6 strikeouts or more today. But let's do the math, guys. Over the last 10 games, he's averaging 5.3 strikeouts per game. And over the last 6, it's the same exact fucking number. Home road Ks per 9, he does average 0.3 more on the road. Not much of a difference. Pretty much a strikeout per inning, home or road. it's the right-handed side he strikes the fuck out, guys. He averages 11.2 K per nine compared to just the 7.5 K per nine versus the left-handed side. And they are projecting 6 right-handed bats and 3 left-handed bats here, so that does favor his K prop as well. Well, more things that favor his fucking K prop, guys. Let's get into it. Pablo Lopez. Let's talk about it. Same home road splits. He's pitched 123 innings this year, never going past 125, and that was back in 2009. His first 18 games, he allowed 4 earned runs just 4 times, guys. He was a beast. Over his last 4 games, he's allowed 4 earned runs 3 out of his last 4 times. Is it a coincidence that it's right around his pitching innings that he's ever gone to? I don't fucking think so, guys. And at the end of the day, it's hard for me to bet on a guy who hasn't been pitching well. Has he hit his K props? Yes. And me, when I bet a K prop, guys, and you'll notice with a lot of the time, guys, I'm betting the guy to kick ass the whole fucking game. I don't want him to get hit, and I'm betting a dominant performance. Now, there are those outlier performances where they get hit and they cash for me, but more often than not, they're games like what Valdez and what Cease did yesterday. Dominant performances, giving up 1 earned run, 2 earned runs, going 6-7 innings and striking people out. Like, I try to cap the whole game to go that way. I do not like running into what I think Pablo Lopez is running into today. And that's a team that's striking out a fuck ton by the numbers, guys. And I hear it a lot from people, guys, like, this team strikes out a lot, I'm going to play it. Well, I can't just play situations. I don't play situations. I play players inside of those situations. And Pablo Lopez, when I dig into it, guys, he's going up against a team walking 6.5%, striking out 27.5% with a 263 average, 770 OPS, and a 180 ISO. Now, all the numbers say strikeout percentage-wise, he's going to get 6+ just in that. But there's also the numbers sitting here saying that these Braves are fucking smacking the ball. And it's not just singles, guys. They are hitting fucking for doubles, triples, and home runs. That ISO 170 is great. This is a 183. This will be the first time he's faced them this year. That's an advantage, Pablo Lopez. Now, this is where I get into digging into it, and this is where I thought I found the advantages on betting Pablo right here. And this is why the black book is the black book. And his Braves have the highest whiff percentage in all of baseball with a 28.9 whiff percentage, guys. And that means they swing at pitches inside the zone and miss. Whiff is inside the little box you're seeing on TV. Chase is outside the box. So this is where we go into his book. And he's only faced 3 teams with a 26% whiff percentage or worse. No, 3 teams with a 27% whiff percentage or worse. The Rays, he had 8 strikeouts. The Rangers, he had 6 strikeouts. And the Cubs, he had 6 strikeouts. So they put this at a 6, and he's hit this every time he's gone up against a team with a whiff percentage of 27 or more. And this is damn near a 29% whiff percentage. So everything in the numbers, even when you dig deeper and deeper into the numbers, says he's getting 6 strikeouts today. The only fear is him being hit so fucking hard that they pull him before he hits that strikeout. So I don't like to bet those type of bets, but if you are on Pablo Lopez, I don't fucking hate it. Everything says over, and I hope you grab that 6.5 when you are able to grab it. Me, I would still pass on that minus 160 juice. It's just, damn, bro, you got to hit that, and you should, and you've hit it every other fucking time you've ran up versus these numbers in the book, but 3 out of the last 4, you've given up 4 earned runs, and I could see that again today. So until he starts showing me he can pitch again and he's back to being Pablo of old, then I'll be good. But I'm not betting on him. It's not for me, but I don't hate anybody on it. Now, let's talk about my guy, your guy, and everybody else's guy. 40 fucking deep, smash the like. We ain't even at 22 likes, and I'm about to drop nuggets and nuggets and nuggets, and y'all can't even smash the like. Man, if I could reach through the camera and bitch slap some of y'all, I would. Some of y'all, I wouldn't. I get it. You're at work. You're doing the damn thing. And you're going to hit it when you have a chance. But you disrespectful ones that are just sitting on your ass smoking weed and not hitting the like button.
Fucking disrespectful.
Tisk. So I'm just going to act like all these guys are really good hard workers and they just haven't had time to smash the like yet. Oh, look, they're going off. They're going up. Let's get to it and talk about my man, Max Scherzer. And I preach this shit on the show all the time. If you haven't gone to YouTube yet and watched the most psychotic pitcher in all of baseball, go watch a 10-minute video on Max Scherzer and thank me later. And speaking of thank me later, I helped buy a lot of kids' school clothes yesterday. And I know over 50 people hit the share, hit the retweet, and hit the like. And I gave them 2 plays that I won. And not many people said thank you, guys. I don't know who told you guys your manners and shit, but damn. Tisk, 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 tisk. But on the Mad Max, and let's talk about it. He opened up, guys, at 8+ at -140. This morning, he was at 9+ at a -102. And right before the show, he was at a 9+ plus 106. Now, my issue with him, and we'll get into it because I did not bet my guy, and I love Mad Max. And a lot of people who know me, when they found out that I didn't bet Max today, they're like, but he's like your favorite pitcher. And I'm like, this is what comes into I don't just bet pitchers. You have to be in the right situation for me to bet you guys. At the end of the fucking day, I bet my pitchers in situations. That's what I'm looking at, guys. And this situation doesn't call for me to bet him. Now, does he go under? I would never, ever, 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 ever bet an under with this guy because he does have the capability of striking out everybody and their mom. It just is what it is. I've seen it. I've been on it more often than not. So let's talk about his math and what does scare me some. Since being back off the IL, it's been 7 games. He's averaging 9.4 strikeouts a game. Over his last 6 games, he's averaging 9.1. So why the fuck did it open at 8+ -140? You're going to tell me Max Scherzer is going to get less than his average? Oh, and I'm sure a lot of people bet that shit. I'm not going to be the one who runs headfirst into that alarm. I needed to do extra fucking digging on that game, guys. Like, that was the first alarm bells that I started seeing that says, okay, they don't give people less than their average, let alone guys like Max Scherzer. So, I bet you they got a lot of money and it flipped the whole line. We get it, guys. That should not have been there. So, you had casuals and people who've seen the line who smacked Max Scherzer. Now, am I going to say they're wrong? I will never say you're wrong betting Max Scherzer, but let's get into it. This is the spot where you would want Max Scherzer strikeout-wise on the road versus the Phillies. He is averaging 12 strikeouts per 9 on the road compared to 10.7 at home, and he dominates the right-handed side with an 11.4 K per 9 and a 10.8 strikeouts lefty versus lefties per 9. Still fucking fabulous, guys. So strictly just by those numbers right there, he's going to need to go 7 innings to get his 9 strikeouts is where he's at now. And he's got 5 right-handed bats, 4 left-handed bats are projected in the lineup. Now, he's played this team 4 fucking times. April 13th, not enough numbers, guys, to be putting, but he's still in the book, but the numbers just are blank right there. He went 5 innings, 1 earned run with 7 Ks. Played them May 1st and May 8th on a back-to-back. First game, 6 innings, 4 earned runs with 9 strikeouts. The very next game, 6 innings, 3 earned runs with 7 strikeouts. Now, yes, the strikeouts should come down some, but he's an ace-type guy, guys, and I'm not surprised that he went 6 innings, and he actually got better with the earned run-wise on a back-to-back. That's okay. Aces do that type of shit. Excuse me. But a lot of the times, your strikeouts will go down a lot more than what they did right there, but he is fucking Max. Now, so a key prop came out lower than a guy's number, not just a guy, one of the premier strikeout pitchers in baseball, Mad Max, alarm number 1. Now, it's his 4th game versus the Phillies, and every game versus the Yankees this year, the very first time hitting them, he has hit his K prop. It has been the 2nd time seeing a team that he's had some issues. And I'm saying some issues because it's not every game. It's 50-50, guys. But at the end of the day, 50-50 in those type of situations and into the numbers that I'm running into today, this team's, by the numbers, walking 6.6%. That's fucking terrible. They're not striking out 19% with a 276 average, 714 OPS, and an ISO of a 204. Now, he's gone up versus these numbers before, and he's handled them. But enough in the numbers, enough in seeing a team this many times, because he's only hit that K prop now 2 out of 4 times when he sees a team later on. Now the team knows if they didn't already, you've got to get up on Max Scherzer, guys. And what I mean is you got to swing first pitch. You can't get down. Once you've seen this guy before, you know, like, oh fuck, this guy's got too much nasty wipeout shit that I have to just jump on that fastball. You look first pitch fastball. If it's there, you fucking go. Whether you're out or not, though, you didn't strike out. And teams that struck out a lot the first few times seeing a guy, they don't want to do that again. And you can tell by the 7, but that was a back-to-back, and that wasn't enough for me to even look. But there's just too much shit in there to where there's just alarm bell after alarm bell and not enough things pointing towards the go, 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 other than him being on the road, guys, where he does average a strikeout more per game. But it's not enough in there. Maybe when the lineups do come out, if they load it up right-handed dominant. But I do think they're going to have these 4 lefties in there, and they've had a lot of them in there. So, yeah, shout out to you guys. Smash the like if you fucking haven't. And, yeah, 60 deep. Already 34 likes. You guys fucking rock. You already know that, though. Shout out to you guys. And, yeah, let's get to it. Let's talk about the next guy. And this is the only guy I'm going to talk about that's not in my black book. And this is just fucking wowzers. And I've called shit like this before, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. I'm not going to bet Kopech today. Won't do it. But I am not going to be surprised if this guy goes out there and cashes his K-prop. Now let's get to the stupid shit of the year right here, guys. I think I haven't seen this all fucking year. And this is what I'm talking about. And I know the casual fans will go back and look through shit like this and jam a motherfucking under. If baseball was that easy, guys. If baseball was that easy. Kopech is opened up at a 6+ minus 160. And then this morning he was a 6+ minus 157, so a little 3-cent drop. And then now he's at a minus 205 for 6+. And his 7+ is at a plus 124. When at this morning it was 7+ was at a minus 136. 7+ is at his K prop right now. 7. Okay, take that into the math I'm about to explain to you. Over his last 10, he's striking out 3.4 per game. Over his last 8, he's striking out 3.7 per game. Over his last 6, 3.6. Now, I'm not the fucking best guy in math. Actually, I am. I actually had a really good grade, and I made it to calculus 2. So that was one thing I was getting at. But let's just pretend like I wasn't good at math. But that right there fucking says you're doubling a man's K-prop on his average. This man is 0-10 in his last 10 fucking games to the number 7, 1-9 to the number 6. And I'm not talking about, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, guys? Now, I'm not the guy to go tell you to bet the over, but there's just, the books don't do shit like this, guys. And I know people are going to jam the under on this strictly because he hasn't hit this fucking number. And I would not be surprised when this motherfucker goes out there and goes, and gets a strikeout prop. So, yeah, the guy just ain't striking nobody out lately, guys. And when I dig through the math, he is home here, guys, and he averages 7 strikeouts at home compared to 8.6 on the road, and he doesn't strike out right-handed bats. It's like a right-handed pitcher who refuses to strike out right-handed bats. It's just but he strikes out righties at a 5.3 K per 9 and lefties at an 11.4. And at the end of the day, they are projecting 5 left-handed bats and 4 right-handed, but when he faced this team back on July 10th, they were projecting that too, but they didn't run that. They ran 5 righties and 4 lefties, and I can see something more like that today too. There will be no Grossman in this, so I do expect a different lineup, yes, and this team has been fucking shit. Plesac just went out there and fucking hit him for 7. Okay, old man Nutsack did the damn thing. So I get it. Detroit has been super pick-onable, and by the numbers, he should go out there and have a really good fucking day. He's going up against a team walking 5.3%, trash, striking out 29% of the time, trash, 206 average, 567 OPS, and an ISO of a 0.95. Sorry, Big Show, your Detroit Tigers have been sucking dick under bridge, and they're lactose intolerant. They're just doing shit for free right now. They look really, 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 really bad, guys, and I pick on people with my type of pitchers. Kopech is not my pitcher, and I will not go into battle with Kopech. But there's just alarm bells when they're giving you a man's fucking doubling what he's done over the last 10 games. He hasn't hit this number in his last 10 games. And just watch him fucking do it, guys. The books aren't fucking stupid at the end of the day. That's what I'm going to get to. He has faced this team, like I said, on 7-10. He went 5.1 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Got to keep the walks down if you're going to hit these strikeouts. But back then they were walking 8.4%. Now they're only walking 5%. This team is just fucking just. So it is what it is. But yeah, Kopech should go out there and deal today, guys. I'm just not going to be that guy to trust him today. But the numbers tell me yes. When the books do shit like this, I've been betting props way too long, guys. The books aren't dumb. If you think you're getting a freebie, ain't nothing in life free, guys. So just remember that. I learned that at a very, very young age, and it's one of the best lessons I've ever learned in my life. Nothing in life is free. Bam. Just take that shit fucking as deep as you want to take it. But let's get into a guy that where the line hasn't moved, and there's only 2 guys we're going to talk about today where the line has not moved on. And Luis Garcia versus these Oakland A's is one of them. He opened up with nothing available on him, and this morning he was 7+ at a +124, and on Prize Picks he's at a 6+ at a -197, and it's still the same right now, guys. Nothing's moved on him. His fantasy score is at a 36.5. Over the last 10 games, he's averaging 6.4. Over the last 8, he's averaging 6. And over his last 6, he's averaging 6.2. So no alarm bells going off. They're giving you a man's average right here. Cool. Well, at home, he averages a strikeout more per inning than on the road. He's at home here, and he averages 10 strikeouts per 9 at home. And he doesn't matter lefty, righty. He strikes out the same 9.4 per 9 innings. So this guy's done the damn thing. Malmo, the issue is he just faced this team on July 26th, about 16 days ago, and he doesn't have a lot of back-to-back history or seeing a team within a 15-day period. And normally I don't bet guys within a 15-day period because your strikeouts do go down. Even Max Scherzer went down too, seeing a team within the same fucking 5-day period. And that goes within to about a 14, 15-day period for me, guys. At the end of the day, after about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you've seen enough different pitchers to that be out your fucking system. For me, learning betting on wise, at least it's worked for me, and I got to stick to that at times. But he has shown in one game this year, in a back-to-back versus the Blue Jays, that he went 6 innings in both games. The first game he gave up 5 earned runs. The next game he gave up 2, and his strikeouts went from 6 to 5. So it did go down 1 in a back-to-back. This has been 16 days. So I've got to expect the same exact type of game from Garcia here, guys. And that was 5.2, 4 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts. Now, when I run up their numbers versus where they were actually hitting the ball quite well back then, average OPS-wise and ISO. Their ISO is still the same, so when they are connecting, they're getting on. But their average has dropped the fuck down, and their OPS has dropped down to bottom 10 right now, guys. So when they are hitting, it is for doubles and home runs, but it's been far more not hitting than hitting over the last 2 weeks. And they were crushing the ball pretty well the last time you seen them. So this guy's ERA does go up 1.8 at home compared to on the road, but his strikeouts go up 1, like I said, also at home. Is that a coincidence that he's striking more people out at home when he's allowing more people on base? No. You usually need the punchies when you have a runner on second or third. That's really when you need them. But I'm going to have to stay off Garcia here. The 15, 16-day period is enough to make me just kick back and watch, and he is one of those most frustrating guys in all of baseball to bet. Now, you need to be a first pitch type of pitcher, first strike type of pitcher to make it in this league more often than not, and this man right here is the worst in all of baseball since coming into the league last year at first pitch strikes. The worst. And this guy was also number 3 in the Rookie of Year voting. That's how fucking good he is. He will still strike you out getting down in the count, starting off down in the count more often than any other pitcher, any other starter in all of baseball. Usually that's a clear sign of get the fuck out of the majors. You don't belong. Nah, guys, he's belonged with a first pitch ball more often than not. And the day he learns how to throw a first pitch strike, good God almighty, this guy will be even better to bat on. But if you're looking at betting on Luis Garcia today, I don't hate it. I've got to expect the same type of game that he had last time out versus these guys. He's shown me he can do this type of shit, guys. I don't bet thinks, guys, at the end of the day, but I lean his over more than I do his under right there. So if you're on his over, dude, more power to you. I hope you fuck the cash and tap some ass with that money. So smash the like if you haven't. It looks like most of you have. Y'all doing the damn thing. Almost 60 live, 40 fucking likes. Smash it like I wanted to smash this K-prop, guys, and maybe I will by the end of the day. Let's talk about it. The newest guy added into the book, a guy that I had crossed out, whopam, that I would never bet again because I hate Aaron Boone. And I mean, I rarely bet Yankee pitchers, guys. And if you fucking know me, a lot of people ask me, like, how come you don't do Yankees a lot? Da, 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 da. Because Aaron Boone's a fucking cocksucker. And that's why, guys. At the end of the day, you got to be able to trust a manager to trust your pitcher. If you got a fucking manager that will pull your kid at fucking 79 pitches while he's humming for no fucking reason, I can't bet on that shit, guys. And Aaron Boone was doing that to this man too many times. And I had to just say, sorry, Montgomery. I guess I'll never be able to be friends with you. And then they traded him for a guy named Master Bader. Okay, Harrison Bader, same thing. What? You know how hard it is to find pitching, let alone homegrown pitching? They drafted this kid. They've groomed this kid, a career sub 3.7 ERA in the American League East, in the hardest division to pitch in all of baseball, for a fucking outfielder. And I've read the reports. I've seen shit talking about he's going to be the best defensive fucking outfielder in pinstripes ever. Well, how big is their outfield in pinstripes, bro? That New York Stadium's pretty small. So how much of running does Master Bader need to do? And he's got a fucking boot on his foot right now. How's that working out? But we'll figure this out 3-4 years from now. But I already think the Yankees they're just fucking idiots, bro. What the fuck are you trading Jordan Montgomery for? And let's talk about it. And now this is where they're putting his K-prop a little higher than where it should be, and it's recency bias, and I get it, how bad these Milwaukee Brewers have been, guys, and I cannot feed into recency bias or haven't been able to find a way to get into this, and I just can't bet it because they gave me a harder number now. Let's get into it. And maybe by the end of this show or by the end of the day, I'll tweet it out. Or I wanted this guy last night, guys, and we'll get into in the next two spots. I bet a half unit on the next play, and then I got my dirty K on this one, but it's done moved and moved and moved because I was right. Shout out to Bovada dropping us fucking MLB props last night for the first time all year. We got them the night before. I know my guys up in here, Underrated, got in on it with me. I saw fucking Zoe up in here. Zoe was on the phone with me last night when we got it. We attacked them last night, and we moved some numbers, guys, and we'll talk about it. One moved against me, one moved with me. So let's get to it. Jordan Montgomery, guys, is averaging 4.7 strikeouts over his last 10, 4.3 over his last 6. They have him at 6+ at -130 is where he opened. He was still there this morning and still the same. Nothing has moved with this guy. 6+ -130. I think everybody's seen what I see. Like, yeah, he should get it, but you're putting his number at 6+, and why? He's averaging fucking 5 and 4.5. Like, nothing says 6+ here. So let's get to it. On Prize Picks, he's a 5.5. He's at a 31.5 fantasy score. He's at a new home, but still, when I still looked at his home road splits, he did average more strikeouts on the road than he did at Yankee Stadium. So he is on the road now, and that's where the fucking I got to look at that, even though he is at home. And that's pretty much 8 strikeouts over the last 9. And then when I split up the lefty-righties, guys, he dominates the left-handed side like a lefty should at a 10.7 K per 9 and only a 6.8 strikeout per 9 on the right-handed side. And they are projected 7 right-handed bats and 2 left-handed bats on these Brewers today. So I just can't bet situations, guys, at the end of the day. And when I dig into it, I added him. He's now number 55 in the black book. And I just can't bet him because I add him to the book. And I mean, I was fucking pissed, guys. How many games has this fucker pitched, bro? Let me tell you, the most out of anybody, dude. I had to go through all of his game logs. There's over 20-something fucking games I had to go do. And to not bet that sometimes, guys, after you do that much work, that's where I see prosper or whatever the fuck that word is, like where you're learning. That's what we'll call it. And I've got to keep learning, guys. And it's been so hard to pass, especially when you do hard work. But let's get into it, guys. I just can't bet it because of a number. But whew. Now, when I try to cross these numbers from AL to NL in this book, guys, breaking back to not being a back-to-back team down, when he's faced the number 27 K percentage, He's 1-2 to the number 6 plus strikeout. So that's already a 33% chance at. Okay, so, well, when I take it out of his own division, guys, he's got 6 strikeouts in that only game. So the division that's seen him 5-6 times a game every fucking year got to him on the strikeout compartments. But the team that didn't see him all year, he did get 6 strikeouts with. Now we get into these numbers, and these numbers are fucking putrid. They are walking at an awesome 9.5 walk percentage, striking out 30% of the time. Almost 1 in every third batter right now is striking out versus lefties with a 199 average and a 590 OPS and an ISO of a 0.97. Like, if there was a game for Jordan Montgomery to go out there and just fucking deal and have fucking 7, 8, 9 strikeouts, this would be the game. But why am I going to bet that when you're supposed to give me a man's average? And this isn't even his average. This is 2 above what he's averaged over his last. This is 1.5 more than what he's averaged his last fucking 10 games. And I'm not into chasing shit, guys, even though the situation says that Jordan Montgomery should. Once again, I don't bet ifs. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle, guys. I don't live that lifestyle. If it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. I haven't drank since San Antonio with the fellas. I'm a smoker. So, yeah, guys, at the end of the day, I had the pass when everything tells me he's going to hit. It's just like Kopech. They raised these numbers for a reason, but I think Kopech's is way more trickier. I think Kopech's cash is for sure. I think this is right around where it should have been at. Like, he should have had 6 to 9. And y'all are fucking with me, bro. I should have got my fucking 5.5 at juiced at worst. And no, I'm not going to bet it. Should not have been a 5. Like, no, it should have been plus money. Like, no. But have to pass. That's where I'm going to get at it with that, guys. If you are on it, I don't hate it. Like I said, I think the guy goes out and dicks, smacks these fools, but I can't bet ifs. What I did bet is a half unit, guys, on Tyler Mahle. And I think this may be a trap. And that's why I had to go half unit, guys. And then I see maybe another trap, and we'll have to talk this one out. So shout out to you guys, 60+ deep. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. And let's talk Tyler Mahle at the Angels. I got a half unit bet on his 7+. I did bet it at a -135. It is now at a -117. It opened up at 7+ at +110. So it opened up at plus money, got bet up, juiced up, and then it came back down. And it came back down after I bet it because I broke him down later on, and I got to him. I didn't think I wanted him, and there were some alarm bells here, guys. And it's at 7+ at +110 it opened. He's averaging 6.9 over his last 10, 6.9 over his last 8, and only 5.5 over his last 6. I think I found why they put it at plus money, and they didn't just go off of his last 8 and 10, guys. He has been traded. And so I think they more went back to the All-Star break until to the six weeks with this guy. So I'm going to think that, and I'll find out if I'm wrong tonight, guys, because this may have been a trap, and that's why I went half unit on Mahle, guys. Let's talk about him over. He is on a different home than road, but he did average 0.6 more strikeouts per 9 on the road with a 10.1 when he averaged 9.5 at home with Cincinnati. Lefties, righties, he does well versus both. He strikes out 9.6 lefties per 9 and righties 10 per 9. So they're projected 6 left-handed bats, 3 right-handed bats, and lefties don't hit this guy for shit. A 200 average from lefties and a 265 average versus righties. So everything says if he goes 6 innings, he should have a 7 strikeouts. So let's get more into it. Excuse me. This man has gone 6+ fucking innings in 9 of his last 10 fucking games. Then I look into it. His pitching outs is at 18. Is that the fucking? Am I running in the traps left and right? I haven't been betting pitching outs long enough to know if there's a fucking trap here, guys. You guys bet pitching outs? Do they go off of average? What's up? Because they're giving us 18 outs, and I get it. 18's a push. He's gone 18 or more in fucking 9 of his last 10, and he's going up against a team that hasn't been hitting fucking shit. Like, what's going on here? So I really want to bet his pitching outs at 18 over at a -115, but I'm just seeing really something shady there, guys. Like, why? He's hit that 9 out of his last 10 times, and that don't fucking sound right at a -115, guys. And Usually the book set traps, bro, and I'm into seeing traps on the K-prop side. It's just this seems like a super trap, and don't be number one bullshit guy and get trapped. That's what that's telling me. So I'm gonna have to look more into that pitching. I don't dig it. He's 6.5 strikeouts on Prize Picks, 34.5 fantasy score, and when I dig through the black book, guys, he's 50% to 7+ Ks when he's facing a team with a high strikeout percentage, with a 26% strikeout percentage or higher. So it doesn't always mean bet Mahle when it's the strikeout percentage, guys. So I had to dig a little fucking deeper because we can't just be 50%, guys. We need better than 50%. So when I dig through deeper, he has a problem with teams. He strikes out teams with high whiff percentages. So when I dig into these teams with high whiff percentages, he's now 3 wins, 2 losses, averaging. Where is this at? Oh, I wrote it over here. My bad. 3 wins, 2 losses to 7 Ks, averaging 6.9 strikeouts a game. The Angels are the second highest in whip percentage in all of fucking baseball, guys, right below the Atlanta Braves at a 27.1 whip percent. No, 28.1 whip percentage these Angels have. And this is going strictly off a 26% clip of the teams that he's faced. When he's faced teams with a 27% clip or higher, he's then 2 wins, 1 losses, averaging 7.1. So it's the whiff percentage, guys, with Tyler Mahle, and that's what tells me he's going to go out there and put his dick on the table. The only issue is they did give us his average over his last 10 was a little shady, and the fact that they're giving us his pitching outs at 18 is a little shady when he's done all of this in nine of his last 10. So I get the strikeout prop being 7+. He's hit that 50% of the time to this number, but like I said, this is the whiff percentage number we're going to dig in, and we now get the Angels who are second worst in whiff percentage, and they're not hitting with a 218 average and a 673 OPS. They are hitting for power, which is 172 ISO, which, okay, Mahle can give up a bomb or two. We're not on that, guys. We are on him to get strikeouts here. I mean, I'm on a 7+, and with the whiff percentage and how many lefties they're projecting out there, I expect him to be out there 6+ innings and to get this. So, other than a few alarm bells, I would have slapped him, but had to keep him at a half unit. And this is who I did slap, guys. I took Carlos Rodon last night. 8.5, no, not 8.5, 7.5 at -140 is what my boy Croc first got it out at. And then everyone's like, we got props on Bovada. I went over to Bovada. His 8 strikeouts was -136. I actually beat FanDuel with Bovada. Whoop, whoop. And that's where a lot of us had to get it in last night, is with them. And thank you for giving us props, Bovada. Please keep doing it the night before so I can keep moving these fucking lines, because I love it. I hate giving out shit and then it moves and then I have to bet the shit that moves. I love being able to move the lines. So, yes. Let's talk about the guy that we moved lines with. Carlos fucking Rodon. If you don't know, you should know. He's my fucking favorite pitcher. Left-handed side. Not wearing Dodger blue. And we get to still bet him for a few more weeks. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging 7.8 strikeouts per game. They put his strikeouts at 8+, -140. No alarm bells. I saw alarm bells in the number with Scherzer. No alarm bells here. 8.2 over his last 6. They don't usually go off of that. Over his last 8, 7.5, and that's right where they put that number last night. It's where it should have been. Never should have been, because they go off of average more often than not. And that's where I'm able to see some alarms, guys. And they gave us this man's average. We were off him last week. There was some stuff in the black book that told us not to play Rodon last week. Nothing is saying that. Everything says 10+. Now, last night, people were like, hey, why don't we just take the 10+? Well, it was only plus like 181. And I don't really want to fucking ladder like that. Like, I just want my fucking 8 strikeouts, even though I have them for 10+. Yeah, I'm going to have a fucking great day today. And this is why. At home, he's averaging 13 strikeouts per 9 innings, where compared on the road, it's just 10.3. Not just that, his ERA is a 1.76 at home compared to a 3.72 on the road. This fool loves wearing that Giants uniform and pitching in that Giants stadium. Now, this tells me that he has a problem hiding the fucking ball. And he needs that white fucking jersey to help him hide the ball a little bit. Guys, at the end of the day, your strikeouts should not go up 3 more per 9 unless it's more of you hiding the ball. So we're going to take advantage of that shit, and we're going to smack him right here. He strikes out 12.1 lefties per 9 compared to 11.1 righties per 9. And they're actually projecting 6 right-handed, 3 left-handed bats. And that's usually not what happens. They should have an all-righty lineup when they have a lot of switch hitters. And I don't expect many lefties to be out there. I expect the premier 8 to 9 right-handed bats to be out there because most of this team can switch hit. So they're wrong, in my opinion, with the projected lineups. They usually are with Pittsburgh because they don't take in the fact of how many of those guys are switchies. They just have them as straight lefts. Well, no, not at all. O'Neal Cruz is a switchy. All of his home runs and most of his powers are off of righties this year. He struggles versus the left-handed side. So, I mean, there's certain things you got to look at. He's a better hitter from the left-handed side. He struggles as a right-handed hitter. Today, he'll be a right-handed hitter. We're going to take advantage of people like that. And it's not just the Pirates, but it is the Pirates, guys. At the end of the day, not many times we get a fucking gift, guys. Not many times we get a gift from the gods, but last night was one of them, guys. Second time seeing these Pirates. He went 7 innings, 1 earned run with 10 strikeouts that game. We were on him that game too. Coincidence? No. We've been picking on these Pirates with our lefties. I don't just play situations. I play my guys in situations, and this was one of my guys. And we laddered him that day, I believe, too, or at least I said you could. And I know Big Show probably did because he the ladder and king, guys. He the dude who has the fireman ladder, guys. I just have the little house 2-story ladder. Whoop. This guy got fireman ladder. So, yeah. Let's talk a little bit higher than the gift that we got, guys. At the end of the day, he's only seen 3 teams this year with a 24% K percentage or higher. Like 3 teams. And this fool strikes out people like this. And 24 is bad. 27 is where we look to put the fucking dagger in. And first time he played this team, they were striking out 29% of the time with a 233 average, 669 OPS, and a 155 ISO, only walking 5.5%. Well, they're not walking 6%. Still trash. They're still striking out 27.5%. Still trash. And a 210 average, 607 OPS, and a 127 ISO. Actually worse than where they were at the last time he faced them, except he faced them on the road last time, where his strikeouts go down at. Now he's at home, where his strikeouts go up at. Oh, God, guys, he may have more than that 10, guys, now that I'm adding it into it. But I do have him for 10+ today. I bet him at 8+ minus 136 last night. Shout out to all us motherfuckers who got in on it because, Bovada, you're the shit. Let's just keep it going and keep it going. They did limit a lot of us. They did keep us to like anywhere from – no one got more than, I think, $80 in on that number. And then we had to rebet it this morning at a minus 155. So it was still there this morning, just a little bit higher juice. We just beat the juice line, and now it's gone. But if you're going to bet the 9, I would suggest a half unit. You have lost a fucking number than what I got it at, and what I had to give it out at on this show is it's at a 9 now. So I'm not going to tell you I'm a dirty K at 9 when I put it in my chat at 8+ at a minus 140, and I got it at a minus 136. So this show cracks off at the same time every day, and the number is moved. And what I tell people, because not everybody has legal books, not everybody has a legal book, or we all have different books, and we all have to use what we got to use. And this right here says this guy's going to fucking kill it today, guys. And I never bet a number higher than minus 160. I would rather take it up one and just bet a half unit because I project a guy over 1.5 strikeouts. They were giving me an 8. That's 2 strikeouts more than what I had them projected at. And they're still giving you that 1. But see, I like to have wiggle room, and there's not that much wiggle room there at that 9. If I'm projecting 10, that you don't want to have as much invested into it. That's why I would say a half unit on that one. But shout out to the chat. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. 70 fucking plus, 50 smocking likes. Y'all fucking rock. Let's smash a fucking commercial and talk some hitting props because I got some good ones. I got one good one. let's get to it. Shout out to you guys. If you haven't already, go on over to Manscaped. Use that promo code PubSports. Why, guys? Go hedge your balls, not your bets at the end of the day, guys. If you take care of yourself, watch how much your lady starts to take care of yourself, too. So, yeah, do yourself a favor and see how many more favors come your way. At the end of the day, nobody wants a fucking wizard sleep, guys. Nobody wants a wizard sleep. So, let's get into these hitting props. And some of these guys we were on 5 days ago versus the same pitcher, and now we're in Colorado. Fucking yes, God loves me. So you may have juiced some of them out of their fucking gourd. That's fine. I'll still figure out better ways to bet you. And let me tell you something. I have a few ways to bet you guys. And last week we talked about Ketel Marte and Christian Walker versus Sensatella. Well, these Rockies bullpen still sucks dick under a bridge. And let's talk about Sensatella, who is nothing to write home about himself. So Ketel Marte versus Sensatella is batting .393 with 11 hits. 8 of them are singles, and this is where we took advantage of it last time, guys. And this is how I would want to bet this if I was to bet Marte. And that is his 2+ hits, runs, RBIs is at a -154, and that would be the spot to take advantage of Ketel at personally. And he's going to get on base, and there's multiple people who can hit and bring him in. And it's not just Sensatella who's bad. It's this Rockies bullpen who's bad. Over the last 30 days, they are 30th with a they're 25th with a 4.95 ERA, not 30th. They're 25th. So they've been bad, bottom 5. And Sensatella just gets owned by this Arizona team on a back-to-back. His 2+ bases was at an absurd -160, and his 2 hits was at a +136. Hits, runs, RBIs would be the way to play Ketel Marte at -154, but I am going to go right back to the guy I betted last time in this spot, and that's Christian Walker. 25 at-bats, 0 fucking walks off of Sensatella. That's what I like to bet on hitting props. At the end of the day, give me a guy who doesn't walk, who's looking to swing the bat. I don't even care if you have 19 strikeouts. I mean, I still want the hits to be there too. But strikeouts just means you're going for the moon on the guy. And you don't even have that many strikeouts versus Sensatella, who's not a strikeout pitcher. He is a guy who's looking for a ground ball. Let's be real right there. But still, he only has 4 strikeouts in 25 at-bats with 0 walks. He has 13 fucking hits, 6 of them for extra bases. Last week, we got his hits, runs, RBIs at 2+ -130. Nah. They're on to us now. It's 3+ -110 now. Not pass. I'm cool. What I will take, though, is his 2+ bases -125, and I'll sprinkle in that 2 hits at +146. But I really think the way to attack him is the 2+ bases -125, guys. At the end of the day, we've got the 25th bullpen over the last 30 days and the 28th bullpen over the last 15 days. And a guy you have really good numbers at. You're going to have multiple opportunities being the team on the road, all 9 at-bats. And if you're looking for another spot to attack him, his RBI is a -130. I think that's easy as fuck. There's like 3 or 4 guys with really fucking good numbers, guys. So maybe that hits, runs, RBIs should be at 3 in the way we should be looking at it. But this guy's been raking this guy for power. He's been the one consistent bat in this lineup for power. And, yeah, I got to expect Walker to keep doing things. And we're in Colorado where the ball flies. And shout out to the Arizona. They got a Rivera from the Royals, guys. This guy has done nothing but rake since being traded. He's hit a few home runs. And if you're looking at somebody today, guys, that's somebody I'd look at playing in DraftKings or Fantasy on a sneaky play, guys. Nobody's talking about him, guys. But since being traded, this dude's done nothing but hit bombs in Arizona. So now he gets a nice, easy place to hit bombs. Yeah, he's sneaky as fuck. But like I said, I expect lots of people on base. And I expect over 1.5, and that -125 is where I got to get in on him at. And yeah, you already know Paul Goldschmidt versus lefty. You fucking know what we do on that day, right? Well, what if I told you he was 2 for 11 versus this with 1 home run, this lefty? So this lefty's owned him. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I ain't scared. Bring it, motherfucker, bro. It's Paul fucking Goldschmidt, who is the best hitter in the history of baseball versus lefties OPS-wise. I preached it 100 times. I'll leave you alone about preaching it. But if you missed this show before, he's hitting lefties at a 447 compared to righties at a 304, an 816 slugging compared to a 567 slugging, and a 1350 OPS compared to a 52 OPS from the right-handed side. This guy destroys lefties, hits righties just as fucking well. Nothing to be worried about. And what's even crazier, guys, is this Milwaukee's bullpen. This is something that I didn't think neither of these bullpens were, but over the last 30 days, they're both fucking terrible. And over the last fucking 15 days, St. Louis is still terrible, and Milwaukee's is right around the bottom 10 at the 10th spot. So both of these bullpens are pick-onable, and I expect Paul Goldschmidt to finally fucking get to him, guys. I don't fucking care. I don't look at Lauer as that dude. And so what? You've got him a few times. Go get him again because I'm going to give you some money. His 2+ bases is at plus 105. That's where I got Goldie at. And his home run was at plus 330. And his hits, runs, RBIs is 3+ minus 129. I took him over 1.5 bases. That's the way I like to bet people. I'll sprinkle home runs sometimes, but 330 is just, not for me. But wouldn't be surprised. This guy is due to whop this full. He has 11 hits in his last 9 games with 23 total bases, and I expect him to get to this guy eventually. And why not today? Why not today? Laws of Averages says Paul Goldschmidt is going to fuck the bookies by hitting that dude. So let's get to it and talk about the other side that I had to bet. Nolan Arenado, 2+ bases, plus 105. I'm on that one as well. So these are the 2 Cardinals I'm on. And I've been betting Paul Goldschmidt versus lefties, and he's been cashing, but Arenado's been cashing a lot quicker, and I haven't been betting him. But I've been watching those games, and I'm seeing this guy just raking, right? So I go and look and see what he's done versus Lauer. Okay, he's got some fucking 22 plate appearances, 5 walks, 3 Ks with 5 hits. He's batting .294 with only 2 extra base hits, a double and a home run. All right, nothing crazy, but nothing bad, but still good. How has he done since August 1st? He's on a 9-game hit streak, and in those 9 games, he has 15 hits and 34 total bases. This fucker's seeing the ball so fucking well right now. Over 1.5 bases, plus 105, please, and thank you. I got to be on that, guys. We're going to have multiple opportunities. These guys do hit lefties better, and these bullpens just haven't been the bullpens that we know them for. So definitely those are the hitting props I'm on today. I'm on both Cardinals, and I'm on Christian Walker's 2+ bases. So shout out to you guys. Without you guys, there ain't me. And until next time, if you haven't already, go on over to PrizePicks. Use that promo code PubSports. And until then, get your first match deposit up for $100. Go to your favorite book, your favorite. Let's get to the motherfucking money. The Black One?